With the folks over at NRS dropping their definitive edition for Mortal Kombat 1, I thought now's the time. What time is it, of course, that you might ask? It is, of course, time for me to drop my possibility series on Mortal Kombat and how to make the next Mortal Kombat game better with my ideas. All right, so my name is A1 Andre, for those y'all that don't know, on this channel. So on my other channel, which is more so my main channel, which is just A1 Andre, no FGC, I have a series on that channel called NBA 2K Possibility Series, which I make annually once a year, which I talk about what 2K can add in the next games coming up. And I thought, you know what? Why not do the same thing for Mortal Kombat? Because aside from 2K, Mortal Kombat is the other gaming franchise that I'm passionate about. And when it comes to the game being as good as it can be, etc., etc. So what can y'all expect in this series? What y'all can expect is, just as I stated before, me coming out with a different video for every category on how to make the game better, except maybe gameplay. I may do gameplay, I might not. It just depends on what the other players do. Because to be honest, I consider myself a high-level sweaty player in this game, but I'm not a pro. So I'd rather leave the gameplay possibilities up to like pros like Foxy Grandpa or maybe the Mighty Unjust or El Kakoi. But if I play one of those guys, I'll hold my own pretty well, and I may or may not win the set if we do like a 1st to 3 or 1st to 5. But although I think I'm a great player, I'll wait to do those later, maybe if I, it depends on how this video does. And it also depends on whether or not any pro player sees my video and decides, you know what, I played him, I think he can speak on gameplay. So until then, I'm gonna just make videos on game modes, story mode, etc., etc. If you want a better idea of what you can expect to see from this series, after you watch this video, like I said, go over to A1 Andre and you'll see my graphics on Nation Possibilities video for 2K, etc., etc. Every possibilities video I made on my other channel, which is A1 Andre. I plan on doing the same thing on this channel, except for Mortal Kombat instead of 2K. So again, if you want a better in-depth example of what I'm gonna be doing on this channel, go look at my other channel, A1 Andre. I'm leaving it on screen right now so y'all can see it. Also, link below in the description. But without further ado, y'all, we focusing on one of the most important things that I think that NRS has been lacking in the last few games. We of course talking about game modes.
The lack of a crypt is disappointing. Come on.
Because for those of us in the Mortal Kombat community, ever since Mortal Kombat 1 has came out back in 2023, we all know that the game has came out unfinished. Since then, the game has improved and they've done a lot to improve the game and make it more polished over the years, but in general, the game is still lacking a lot of features like online rooms, a crypt, etc., etc. And the only real new innovative thing we got in this game was a cameo system, which if they had a cameo system in the game, why is there no 2v2, which I'm gonna get into later. But anyway, what I'm gonna go over in this video is 5 ideas I have in terms of game modes to make the next Mortal Kombat game a lot better. I don't know if Injustice is coming out next at the time of this recording or a new Mortal Kombat game. So just to future-proof this video, I'm gonna just call it the next Mortal Kombat game. So yeah, that's the premise of this video. 5 game mode ideas that I have to make the next Mortal Kombat game as good as possible. Also, one more thing I'm gonna say is that my videos in this possibility series for Mortal Kombat is gonna cater to both the casual player and the pro player, so that all player types can get something from this. Because I know I said earlier in the video that I'm a sweaty player, but anyway, without further ado, y'all, let's get into the first thing. All right, so for my first idea I have to make the game better in terms of game moves, the first idea I have is something I like to call Combat Royale. Now, we all know about battle royales and how we had battle royales in the past, with PUBG, Fortnite, Apex Legends, etc., etc. So similar to those actual battle royales, I think it would not be that bad of a deal just to have a battle royale in Mortal Kombat. Something similar to like a 2v2 mode, but like kind of like different at the same time. Let me explain. And before I explain, I'm gonna say real quick, I know some of y'all might be thinking, a battle royale, that's kind of a weird idea. Why would you say a battle royale? Battle royales is played out. That's so 2019. True, it kind of is, but at the same time, because this is more so catered towards like a casual audience, I guess I could say. Let's just say, for example, you get off work, you're with your friends, and y'all want to have some fun and play on a team together. This way, it's a game mode to where you and your friends are on the same team. Y'all go into online and y'all pick y'all's 3 characters and y'all can play for fun, and it's just something fun to do. Because let's be real, competitively, I don't see how this mode can be serious. This is more so catered toward the casual audience. I couldn't really see it as much competitive, because for example, take 3 guys that usually hang out with each other and they're good friends to my knowledge. So take My Name is Pulse, El Kakoi, and Ninja Killer in a Discord call, because they be in Discord calls a lot to my knowledge. Pulse is picking Johnny Cage, Ninja's picking, I don't know, Liu Kang, because that's his main, even though he wouldn't actually pick Liu Kang at the time of recording, but I'm just saying like casually. Now in terms of a battle royale mode, those 3 characters casually would be fun to play with, but competitively, they would probably have to mix and match each character. Basically, the reason why this is more so appealing to casuals is because at competitive level, I could not see you trying to implement this in terms of being competitive and playing a 3v3 battle royale or even a 2v2 battle royale with you picking your character, which is Noob Sabat, and then your friend picking, let's just say, Natara, going online against somebody else's team and they're choosing, let's just say, T1000 and Shane Song. The mode can be to where you just go online. It can be 2v2 battle royale, 3v3, just something fun that y'all can do, you know, for fun, you and your friends. It can be to where you can match up with your friends, play up with your friends before the game starts, or you can just go online and play with just random people, like, you know, like a traditional battle royale, except with Mortal Kombat. Again, a mode that I think is fun and something that's not really to be taken too seriously because it's a battle royale. I don't see how that could be competitive unless you know how to mix and match which characters will be good with which, you know, characters. And then again, it would also depend on whether or not the game would be to where you can actually see who your opponent's picking before the match starts or not see. It would make more sense to where you and your team could see who your opponents are choosing before the match starts, so that way y'all can pick accordingly and, you know, counter pick. Whereas if you can't see who your opponents is choosing, kind of like in MK1 when you go into ranked, then it would be more casual because, like, you can't counter pick, so it'd just be more so for fun. But anyway, that's it for my first idea. Might be a stupid idea. I see somebody like Foxy Grandpa saying, oh, this might be a terrible idea. It's just terrible. Oh, and one last thing I'm gonna say about this whole battle royale idea I have is that think of basically Mortal Kombat 9 tag team, but except online with your friends. Or think of it as like that new Marvel Tokens game that was shown at Summer Games Fest. I think it was called like Marvel Token Fighting Souls or something like that, up to like 4v4. So think of the tag mode of Mortal Kombat in the next Mortal Kombat game like that. Similar to that, basically. It'd be fun in my opinion. But like I said, that's it for number 1. On to number 2. For my idea number 2, I can see more or less NRS putting this in the next game outside of like my first idea because of the fact that it's so much easier to put in because they've done it before. And we of course talking about chess combat, but not how it was in MK Deception. We talking about online chess combat. Now, in my opinion, chess combat in Mortal Kombat Deception was one of the most fun game modes implemented in that game.
Calm down. Calm. Man, you know what? Fuck this.
It was so simple yet so fun because of the fact that it's a game of chess, but it's Mortal Kombat characters. All you're doing is playing a game of chess and playing Mortal Kombat at the same time. Speak for itself. And we saw how the gameplay was in MK Deception. Me personally, I wasn't a big fan of it, but it's still fun playing chess with Mortal Kombat. Basically, what I want the folks over at NRS to do is take what they had with chess combat with Mortal Kombat Deception and just make it online. Online multiplayer, that simple. And you know what? Take it a step further. Not only have it where you can play against somebody online with chess combat, but also make it to where you can play chess combat with your friends. Co-op chess combat. Great idea in my opinion. You can make it to where it's character locked, to where you can only control one character, or you can make it to where you can control any character on the board and your friend can do the same thing. Or it could just be you by yourself playing online with chess combat, just like in Mortal Kombat Deception. You choose your king, your pawn, your queen, your sorcerer, etc. Same thing, same formula, just make it online. Online chess combat, that's idea number 2. Why not? It was a fun game mode in my opinion, something I really enjoyed playing as a kid. I would love to see the next Mortal Kombat game. And chess combat probably could have been online already in Deception. I'm not sure because nobody played online when MK Deception was out because that was 2004, so people didn't really play online like that on the PS2. But if it wasn't already online, matter of fact, whether or not chess combat was already online in MK Deception, they can just bring it back, but just add some new quality of life features into that to make it better. Like for example, giving us more stages to play in, giving us more revive options, and also add an online leaderboard and add things of that nature to make the game more fun when it comes to playing chess. Because in my opinion, chess combat, y'all, is like a top 5 idea that Mortal Kombat has ever had. That's a top 5 idea that Ed Boon has ever had in my opinion. So again, that's it for number 2. On number 3. And for idea number 3, the third game mode that should add to the game for the next Mortal Kombat game, it's a little something I like to call, I don't know, more ranks in Combat League. Now, okay, so that was kind of like a little mini joke. In all seriousness, it's not really a new game mode, but I just think that they should go more in depth with adding more to what they already have in Combat League. So if you play Mortal Kombat 1, or even going back to Mortal Kombat 11, you know ever since I believe Mortal Kombat 11, that was the first time that they integrated Combat League into the game. However, the ranks as follows is of course Apprentice, Combatant, Warrior, Champion, Master, Grandmaster, Demigod, God, and then of course last but not least, Elder God. Now, a part of me realizes why those are all the ranks in the game, because I understand the folks over at NRS believe that the average player won't even get past God rank, let alone get an Elder God rank. And if the average player does get to Elder God rank, he's not getting a lot of points to even get halfway to the end of Elder God. So a part of me on one side of the fence understands why the folks over at NRS doesn't add in more ranks, but that's the casual side. My competitive side tells me that for the competitive player, they should add more ranks. So I guess this one right here is more so for the competitive player. Because let's be real, for the sweaty players and us competitive players or high level players or pro players, Elder God is way too easy. As a man by the name of Foxy Grandpa once said, Elder God is shallow waters. It's a piece of purse. Cause it is like, all right, so look, Elder God for high level players or just players that are above average is way too easy. Ed Boon, people at NRS, add more ranks. Why not? And this is my idea for more ranks. I'm not going to just say add more ranks without giving y'all my ideas, because of course this video is about my ideas. So anyway, we know about the ranks that we have in place. The ranks currently go up to Elder God. However, I think that we should have 2 ranks that go above Elder God. Maybe even 3. I honestly say 3. But if we add a 3rd rank, then they'll probably have to make the ranking system a little bit different to where you get a little bit more XP per match or a little bit more points on your score per match, which I still think it should be a lot harder to get past the Elder God than what it is. But regardless, I want to say add 3 ranks. So here's my idea for 3 ranks. The first rank I think they should add should be a rank that I like to call something like, I don't know, Chosen One. And on the banner, they can make the Chosen One color be like a granite rocky type of like outline on it, kind of like how Tremor's kind of theme is, like a Tremor themed banner. So for example, you know how like in Mortal Kombat 1, once you get to demigod rank, your banner is mostly blue. The demigod rank template is pretty much all blue with the little 2 gold pieces at the top and then gold on the side, right? And then God rank is all blue, but it has white on the side. With Chosen One, they can just make the banner all brown to be to decipher the 2. And the reason why I say Chosen One is because looking at MK lore, in the original timeline, Liu Kang was considered the Chosen One. Or Chosen One can be the next rank after Grandmaster. So we can go Apprentice, Combatant, Warrior, Champion, Master, Grandmaster, and then Chosen One. That's how they could do it. And like I said, make the template like a brown, rocky type of color and theme like Tremor or something, because it's, you know, representing rocks like Earth Realm, like Liu Kang, he was the Chosen One from Earth Realm, I don't know, in the original timeline. And the second rank they need to add in Combat League for the more competitive player can be called Titan, because looking at Mortal Kombat lore again, in MK11 for the first time, we was introduced to a woman named Chronica. Chronica was considered a Titan, and she was more powerful than that Elder God, which was, you know, Raiden in that game, to my knowledge. So for Titan rank, they can have the color theme be a shiny metallic silver, kind of like in Call of Duty when you have those shiny live little templates where it like moves and like you see the color changing and shifting. It could be like a shiny silver sign going across the template at all times to represent the prestige of that rank. It could be like a shiny silver template and it shines. It's like a shine current going across the template back and forth. I don't know, there's something to make it to where, you know, like, well, I'm fighting against a Titan. He's even better than the Elder God. You know, the Elder God is all white with like the gold little trim little dragon print or whatever. And then they have, you know, Titan, which is like a platinum little template that shines. And then last but not least, the last rank can be called One Being. Because to my knowledge, and I could be wrong, but looking at MK lore again, I believe that Onaga was considered the One Being or something like that. Whether he was or not, I know that One Being was a thing in Mortal Kombat. I need to brush up on my lore a little bit, I know. But regardless, for One Being rank, that could be the most prestigious rank in Mortal Kombat to where people actually respect, well, as in people, I'm saying pro players and competitive players actually respect you for being in that rank. Because as of right now, if you ain't Elder God, ain't no high level player gonna take you that seriously. Or at least most won't. Not pro players at least, and not high level players. So like, if you get to those ranks, you'll actually have to be really good at the game to get to those ranks. And also people that can make content off of that for the content creators, like I made this rank and it's actually tough to get this rank besides just, you know, easy Elder God, because it's way too easy in my opinion. I get Elder God in my sleep, but regardless, they can add more ranks. But One Being can be a gold template where it's just shiny gold and it has a shining current, just like in, you know, the Titan rank, but it's just called One Being. And you get new skins as, you know, you usually do, but just add a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, more ranks is definitely needed, because look at games like Street Fighter and Tekken. Tekken 8 is a prime example. In Tekken, you got like a trillion, kabillion Kazzinity ranks in that game, you know what I'm saying? So like, why would they not add in more ranks in Mortal Kombat 1? Like, this is part of the reason why, in my opinion, Mortal Kombat is looked at as the baby brother of fighting games when it comes to prestige of how competitive you are, or competitiveness. Like, Mortal Kombat's on top when it comes to sales and when it comes to other things and like casual audience. But when it comes to actually like an in-depth fighting game, Mortal Kombat is looked at as like the least serious out of the 3. And that's part of the reason why, in my opinion, is because it has the least amount of ranks, because it's looked at as a party game. But if they add ranks in, you can get more rewards for getting higher ranks. But regardless, more ranks is definitely needed for the more competitive player. more than just a casual player. So this is more so, like I said, something I have for more of the competitive player, but that's it for number 3. On to number 4. The fourth idea I have for the next Mortal Kombat game is something called Create a Fighter, but with a twist. Now, if you played Mortal Kombat Armageddon back in the day, then you know they added a game mode called Create a Fighter where you can create your own fighter, but choose from the current loadout of movesets that you had that was already in the game. So for example, in MK Armageddon, you can make your person look like Goku from Dragon Ball Z, but then also give them different movesets from all the roster. The thing is though, the reason why that game mode was considered trash is because MK Armageddon itself, from a gameplay standpoint, was a dumbed down Mortal Kombat Deception and Deadly Alliance. So for the next Mortal Kombat game, what they should do is bring back Create a Fighter, but make it so you take your Create a Fighter online. Basically what I'm saying is for the next Mortal Kombat game, they should bring in exactly what they have in Tekken 8, but in Mortal Kombat, and make it to where you can customize your own fighter and give him whatever look you want to. So you want to, for example, they can have it to where you have a template to choose from. Make him look like he's from Outworld, Chaos Realm, Nether Realm, Order Realm, Earth Realm. And then when you pick that template, it gives you an option of what clothes you put on your actual person. So that way it makes sense to the actual game's lore. You should be able to create your own fighter so that you can take him into the online open world of Conquest, which is the last thing I was going to say, which is my number 5. For number 5, this is the most important thing I have in the whole video. In the next Mortal Kombat game, what we need is an open world Conquest mode. Now, I know what some of y'all are thinking. Oh, open world don't need to be in the game. A lot of games don't need to be open world. Every game cannot be GTA. I get it. Every game cannot be Grand Theft Auto. I understand that. Too many games nowadays try to be Grand Theft Auto, and that's why they fail. That's why Cyberpunk was bad at release. That's why Watch Dogs was a mess. That's why Mafia 3 was a mess, because games like those, especially Mafia 3, was a big open world with nothing to do in it, and the NPCs felt dull and boring. However, this is Mortal Kombat. I trust Ed Boon to be able to make a good open world. He's done it before in MK Deception, for crying out loud. So for the next game, I think they should add in a open world to where you can take your created fighter, kind of like in Street Fighter, where you can take your created person into a battle hub with the arcade machines and fight. And you can take them and make them be from Earth Realm, Order Realm, Nether Realm, Chaos Realm, or Edenia. Any new realms that they make up, you can make your created fighter, as I stated before in idea number 4. Make it to where you can make your person be from any different realm, and whatever realm you choose, it gives you a certain set of clothes you can choose to put on your actual person, so that way it makes more sense and it gives you a reason to have certain clothes. So if you choose Earth Realm, you can have like a trench coat, or if you're like from, I don't know, Nether Realm, you can have like devil horns on you, or like if you choose your template as Zaturnus, like Natara, then you can put on wings on your person. You know what I'm saying? Like it gives you a reason to have certain things on your person. That way they can avoid copyright and avoid you making Goku again, like in Street Fighter, or like Trunks in Tekken 8. That way they avoid copyrights and all that stuff. Y'all know how it is. So an open world Conquest style game mode that's separate from the story, to where you can just take your person into an actual spot and walk around the open world, and you can probably even buy clothes to put on your person. So basically what I'm saying is take the same thing that Street Fighter and Tekken has, but expand upon it. So take Tekken's customization with creating people and creating skins, or even Street Fighter when it comes to creating skins for the Battle Hub. Instead of it being a Battle Hub arcade type of setting like in Street Fighter 6, make it to where it's an open world Conquest environment like in MK Deception, but you can choose an affiliation. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but look at NBA 2K, for example. It can be something like 2K as well, because for those of y'all that don't know, which is a lot of y'all, because y'all are Mortal Kombat people, y'all don't understand that in 2K, or y'all are unaware that in 2K, NBA 2K that is, in NBA 2K, which is on my other channel, because I'm also a 2K YouTuber. So in NBA 2K, in that game, you create your basketball player person, and you can choose when you first create them whether or not to make it be from Rise affiliation or Elite affiliation. And back in the day, you had more affiliations to choose from, like Sunset Beach, Rivet City Rough Riders, Northside Knights, you know, etc. They can literally take, like I said, I'm gonna say it again, Tekken's customization and Street Fighter's Battle Hub, but make it more like a Conquest mode where you can walk around like Conquest, but also give you different affiliations to choose from, like in NBA 2K. So in 2K, if you're, like I said, from Rise and you go over to the Elite affiliation and you play somebody that's from Elite and you're from Rise, you'll get a little bit more XP on your person because you beat somebody in a different affiliation. Whereas in Mortal Kombat, how this correlates is that if you create somebody that's from Earth Realm and you go over and fight somebody that's from, let's just say, Chaos Realm, you get more rep because you beat somebody from Chaos Realm. And let's take it a step further. As I stated in number 2, they should make it to where you can go with your friends online and do the Battle Royale and the Conquest online. Okay, that might be a little bit much, but That'd be fun though. If you can take your friends, just imagine the Mighty Unjust using Nubisabat and then him walking in an open world, talking in Discord to Pulse and Ninja Killer, and they're going 3v3 and they're from Earth Realm and they're going to the portal like Sujinko to go into the next realm to go fight somebody in their affiliation or in their realm that's from Adenia. And they get more points. Just imagine how nice that would be. Think about it. You got the Mighty Unjust saying, oh my God, let's go over here. Let's fight these guys. And then Pulse going like, what? No, let's not do that. And then Ninja Killer being like, oh brother, I need some more polo. I'm playing. Let me stop. That was terrible. But not for real though. With them adding in a mode like that, an open world fight hub where you can go around different realms, fighting people. And let's just say you're in like the Outworld Marketplace. You go in the Outworld Marketplace and you actually go and buy clothes to put on your actual person. Then you go back to another realm. So just think 2K City, but with Mortal Kombat. Now that may not be a good idea. It may or may not be a good idea. I don't know. But regardless, it's something new that they can add into the game to make it fun. But anyway, that's it for the video. Again, stay tuned. I have more videos like this coming up real soon. So if you want to see more, stick around. I also got gameplay videos dropping as well. So I'm going to say it again. If you didn't already see my Possibility series in 2K, and you want more of a better reference of what I'm going to be doing on this channel with the Possibility series, go watch my other Possibility series after this video. Not because you care about 2K, because most of y'all don't care about 2K, understandably so. 25 is trash right now, and 2K is currently trash, so I understand why you don't care about 2K, but just watch the other videos on my 2K channel so that you can understand better what the next Possibilities videos will be with Mortal Kombat. But anyway, y'all, for those of y'all that watched to the end, I appreciate you. Stay tuned for my next video. It's going to be probably a gameplay video or Possibilities, who knows. But yeah, if you enjoy, leave a like. If you agree, leave a like. And also in the comment section down below, let me know what y'all want to see in the game. Because just like Foxy Grandpa said, I'm a Mortal Kombat nerd. Like, I love Mortal Kombat. I love talking Mortal Kombat. I would love to talk with y'all in the comment section. You know what I'm saying? So just let me know what y'all think. Hey, if this was a terrible idea, if somebody like Foxy Grandpa says this is the worst ideas, all right, I mean, hey, y'all might not like them. If you don't like them, tell me why. If you like them, tell me why. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, y'all, once again, appreciate y'all for watching, taking time out your day and all that stuff. And yeah, stay tuned, y'all. So yeah, so on this channel, y'all can expect to see like gameplay videos, discussion videos, and videos like this, like the Possibility series, etc., etc. And as I stated before, I consider myself a high-level player, so you can also see tournament runs in the future. But with that being said, y'all, once again, my name's Edwin Andre. You'll be seeing more of me very soon, so stay tuned, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. And until the next one, I'm out. Peace, y'all.